And welcome back. Senator Joe Manchin's decision not to vote for a sweeping election reform bill, nor vote to get rid of the Senate filibuster rule, has progressive Democrats apoplectic. Many have argued that Senator Schumer should punish the Democratic senator from West Virginia. Cynthia, what would happen to Senator Joe Manchin and fellow Democrat renegade Senator Sinema from Arizona?
What should happen?
Yeah.
Well, Chuck Schumer understands that he is the senator from New York, which is a completely different context than being Joe Manchin from West Virginia, which is where Donald Trump won 70% of the vote. And the same for Sinema, who's from Arizona, which is one of those tipping point states. So Chuck Schumer understands their political context. Chuck Schumer ultimately doesn't want to lose a Democrat being a senator from West Virginia or Sinema from Arizona. So he has to balance the displeasure of the progressive wing with the realities of their situations. And they have to figure out a way for some level of compromise to move Joe Manchin, to make him more comfortable. And the same with Sinema.
Well, but doesn't that just put a massive roadblock in front of President Biden's agenda?
President Biden is a creature of the Senate and understands completely the situation that the Senate is in and Chuck Schumer is in.
So, Laurie, the one thing that Cynthia, didn't touched on or walked around lightly, I should say, tiptoed around lightly, was that in 2001, the Senate was split 50-50, just as it is now, until Senator Jim Jeffords of Vermont had an amazing epiphany. You'd think he was, Paul on the road to Damascus. He had this amazing epiphany, and he switched from the Republican Party to the Democrats, thereby giving the Democrats control of the Senate during the first 4 years of the Bush administration. How'd that work out for everybody?
Actually, Jim Jeffords served from 1989 to 2007, so he had a pretty long time in office. I read that he became an independent, but he caucused with the Democrats. And so what happened to him is, he didn't run again. And guess who took his place? Bernie Sanders. He tried to adapt, and it didn't work for him. And then he died in 2014 from Alzheimer's. So you change your party, you get in trouble, and you don't get reelected. But this is what happens.
But the bigger picture, though, is what happened to the Senate. That the Senate changed from being split 50-50. Where as in this case, Vice President Kamala Harris would have the deciding vote on many things, to 51-49, where the Republicans would have control over the Senate and would guarantee the death of the Biden administration agenda. So I think those that are advocating that the punishment of Senator Manchin ought to be cognizant of the fact that there could be a worse outcome if they go ahead and push too hard.
Well, I think Manchin is really representing what a lot of people in the nation who are Democrats are thinking, really, because I think really the most of Democrats are more to the middle than the far left people that are representing the Democrats in the House now.
Yeah, and I just want to point out the Virginia primaries, the Democratic primaries, showed that some of the candidates in the primaries who were on the lefter, more progressive side did not win in the primary. The more middle of the road and moderate candidates prevailed. And so I think that is a sign that Americans are hewing more to the middle than some of Congress believe.
Right. So you're saying that Terry McAuliffe is a moderate?
Excuse me.
His last name is McAuliffe. I misspoke. Is he a moderate?
He's a moderate. He's a moderate in
He's a chameleon. He'll be whatever he needs to be. We got to move on.